Hi everyone, this is Dr. Catherine Kelly. I am standing on my deck in a very, very foggy morning, and I took this opportunity to think about the fact that many of us feel very cloudy in the midst of chaos and very foggy, very not sure what to do, not as much clarity because there's usually so much emotion or so much stuff going on that people are kind of stymied or foggy brained about things. What is it that we're supposed to do in times like this? And I want to liken this to kind of our evolution in general, because just like any storm that is foggy and dark and cloudy, our clarity of the human condition clears up after we've had a little bit of time to kind of gel with everything that's going on. Now, this is a huge time of change for us, a huge time of evolution, because there is so much cloudiness. There's so much chaos going on in the world right now that people are really overwhelmed by it, as we see coming up in the news pretty much every night. And I'm usually very excited when the first story is not about the election, even though that means there's something else challenging or sad going on in the world. But the chaos that's going on right now, we have to remember that just in the midst of that styminess, that feeling that we can't get anywhere in life, that is the perfect time for us to be reflecting and thinking, what are we learning right now? What is this time about for me? What buttons are getting pushed for me? What is it that needs to kind of be brought to the surface so that we can have a clearer day or a clearer existence, a clearer view of the world? So, to me, I actually love fog. I think it's beautiful. I think it's mystical. I think it's wonderful. But that's also basically the beauty of the soul, is that we are also beautiful and mystical in many ways. We just have to kind of figure out who we are from moment to moment, day to day. And so I really, again, use these metaphors a lot because we can place a lot of meaning when we think in bigger pictures and think in bigger ways. And so this cloudiness that we're all feeling right now as part of this movement, and I'm going to say it's more than one movement in our government right now, which means it's affecting the world as well, that we have to remember that these clouds will part at some point. These clouds will open up. And you can probably remember back to any part of life when you have felt like you've been bogged down by life and basically couldn't see beyond a certain point. But just remember what happens after that. There's a goose back here. But just remember what happens after that is that the clouds do part. We do get clarity. We do get movement in our evolution, even though really we are moving all the time, even though we might not be able to see it because of the fog that's around us. So our soul's evolution is unstoppable, but we also have to give it permission to evolve. We have to do our work. We have to get in a place where we face that discomfort, where we face those challenges, we face the cloudiness, and we take an active part in moving beyond it, which I know, a lot of people just kind of get bogged down and decide that they're not going to do anything about it because it's easier. But this is not an easy time, folks. This is not an easy time at all for us to be just kind of kicking back and tucking ourselves in. We have to be looking at what it is that what buttons of ours are being pushed. And the important part of that also is that, again, our evolution is just unstoppable. It is infinite and it's unstoppable. So when you see the world or the country moving backwards in some ways, know that there's a lot more that's moving forward, and probably a lot more that you've become aware of in the last few months as we've had this election happen. So I just want to keep pressing you to stay very conscious, because our conscious evolution is really all about us staying mindful of what the clouds are, staying mindful of the fact that we have some control in processing through whatever it is that we need to move forward. So again, just a little reminder that there are clouds in chaos, but that those clouds will clear at some point, and it will help us get to that point where we understand why things happen. And because a little reminder, we do learn in retrospect. So a lot of times we don't see what it is that we're really learning until we've learned it. So keep that in mind, keep moving forward, keep consciously evolving, keep clearing those clouds in the chaos as much as you can, but also learn, evolve. Thanks for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day. Dr. Catherine T. Kelly. You can go to my website at www.drcatherinetkelly.com for more information.